Hello everybody, I hope you had a great trading week last week, and I'm sure it was just as exciting as I promised it would be with all of the high impact news that we had coming out. Of course, we had the FOMC, which gave a lot of volatility to gold paired with the US dollar. Big moves up, big moves down. And then the euro, the interest rate was raised, and that caused a big jump on the euro on Thursday. So just as promised, it was a very exciting week with lots of high impact news. So what about this upcoming week? What's it going to be like? Well, let's have a look. Hello everybody, this is Rick Ray from rickrayfx.com. That's my website you see there on the screen. rickrayfx.com/profile, and that's where you can go to find out more information about forex trading. So here we are with another week, weekly analysis, the third full week of June, starting on the 19th of June 2023. And as usual, we will look at the fundamental high impact news that's coming up this week, and then we'll look at the trades that I shared with you last week and see if we had any profit, any loss, a review of those trades. And then, of course, as always, I will share my new trade setups with you. But remember, the new trade setups that I'm sharing with you, as always, these are the trades that I will be taking. This is how I see the market moving. This is my perspective on the Forex market. I'm not suggesting or recommending that you take these same trades. You can if you want, but it's up to you to manage your own account and to use good risk management. This is not financial advice. I'm just hoping that these tips and suggestions about my own trades that I'm taking might help you in some way. Okay, so let's move on and look at the high impact news. Not near as much as what we had last week, but there is still some things that we need to be aware of. So looking at the calendar on forexfactory.com, nothing on Monday or Tuesday. All right. However, on Wednesday there is a little bit, and particularly if you're trading the US dollar pairs, gold in the US dollar or any of the major pairs, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be speaking 9 p.m. Asian time on Wednesday. And as you know, when Jerome Powell speaks, he can really rattle the markets. So this is something we need to be very careful, very cautious about. In fact, he's coming back on the next day, on Thursday, okay? Follows that up 9 p.m. Thursday, 9 p.m. Asian time, another speech from Jerome Powell. So these two times are very, very important for us. Other than that, on Thursday, we do have the Great British Pound. The Central Bank of England will be releasing the interest rate, raising the interest rate, expected to. It's forecast they will raise the interest rate by 25 basis points. And then on Friday, there is some various news on Europe and on the U.S. and the pound economies. So be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times. As I always tell you, these times you see on the screen here are Asian times if you live in Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia, or Singapore. Otherwise, be sure and check the website for your local times. All right, so what about last week's trade? Did we have any profit? Did we have any loss? Well, let's have a look. The first one, if you remember, I knew you were disappointed because I didn't give you a call on this one. I had no trade on the XAU USD gold, and that was because of the release of the FOMC statement. And we did see maximum volatility, all right? Big move down on the Wednesday, then a big move up on the Thursday, and then pretty much nothing on a Friday. Now, I didn't give a trade because I like to see something that is giving me an indication of a particular direction that the trade is going to go for an extended period of time. And I did not see that last week with gold, expecting all of this high impact news that we had come out. You could have made good pips on this if you were nimble. All right, if you can take a trade and not expect to hold it for a long time, that could have been very possible that you easily made 50, 100, 150 pips on these big moves with gold. But there was no set entry price for me, and I was waiting to see what the news was going to be, and it turned out to be very, very volatile. On last week's trade with the Euro US, I told you that was neutral on my charts, so I had no trade plan for that one. The pound New Zealand did pay off very well. We had a sell limit on that with the entry price 2.0540 and turned out to give us 194 pips on that trade before it decided midweek to turn around and go the opposite direction. The odd US, I had a buy limit on that, but it never did come down and execute. All right, there was no retracement, no correction whatsoever. It just took off like a ballistic missile. Same with the New Zealand US, which of course does, as I've told you many times, trade very similarly to the odd US. So the execution, the pending order, did not open on the New Zealand US last week. However, here was our cash cow. Okay, this one paid off again for us, the pound US, with a buy limit at 1.2530, 318 pips. That executed late Tuesday and then just continued up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it was a great trade, 318 overall pips on the pound US. The USD CAD, finally, we cashed in on this one, finally. This one hasn't worked out several weeks in a row, but this last week was a good one with this USD CAD sell limit for a grand total of 182 pips on that trade. And the Euro CAD gave us a little bit, 75 pips on that one, about midweek before it decided to do a complete U-turn and go the opposite direction. So what do we have coming up for this next week, starting the 19th of June, 2023? Let's look at the new trade setups that I have. Sorry guys, another no trade on gold, all right? And this time I have a good reason, a really good reason. It's not because of the news that's coming out. It's not because of Jerome Powell will be speaking, but it's because on my daily chart I'm seeing neutral. Okay, it's neutral on the daily chart, and if you followed me at all, you know when something is neutral, I will wait to see what the direction is going to be. It could be turning bullish. We've had a bearish run for a while. It is showing bullish on the H4 chart, on the 4-hour chart, but it's showing neutral on the daily chart. So we could be seeing a change in direction from our bearish trend that we've been following for several weeks. We could be seeing something turning bullish. But that doesn't mean it's going to turn bullish. It's neutral, okay? That means no trade on gold for this upcoming week. The Euro US, now this one is a little bit unusual. I've never done this before, but I've got two pending orders on the Euro US because of that big move that we had from last Thursday because of the raising of the interest rate by the European Central Bank. I'm not sure that it will actually correct down to this main support level where we have here, okay? Then that is the second entry point. If it does correct all the way down to that main support level, the entry point would be 1.0820. But I don't really believe that it will correct that far. So I don't want to miss this trade, okay? The Euro US has turned bullish, and it will continue its bullish run. So I want to be sure and get in on this trade, so I have a higher buy limit with two pending orders. The first one at 1.0900, so I'll be sure and catch that trade. And if it should go ahead and make a correction down further, that means the first trade would be in a slight loss, but at least I'll catch the second trade, and that one would be at 1.0820. So in general, in summary, the Euro US should continue its bullish move, and I have two entry points, two pending orders, being sure that I will catch the continuation of that bullish move by the Euro US. Pound New Zealand, no trade, okay? This one is bullish on the day chart, bullish on the H4 chart, but it is so high, the price is so high, it's in that range where it has not been for 3 years, and it has not shown that it's going to break above that. So I'm very, very cautious about taking, even though it's showing bullish on my charts, I'm very cautious about taking a long trade on the pound New Zealand. So I'll wait and see how this is going to play out during the week. No trade on the pound New Zealand. The odd US, a buy limit at 0.6845. New Zealand US, a buy limit at 0.6210. The pound US, a buy limit at 1.2750. And the USD CAD, a sell limit at 1.3240, and the EuroCAD a buy limit at 1.4415. Okay, that's it for my new trade setups. Again, trade small, don't chase the candles. All right, be willing to grow your capital slowly over time. Don't be greedy. All right, don't overtrade, don't overlot, and you can be successful trading Forex. And if you want something that will really help you with your trading, and this is something I've been doing for about 5 years, and that is robot trading. I'll introduce you to my buddy here. He's great. He trades without emotion. He works 24 hours a day. He doesn't ask for a pay rise. He never gets tired. He never sleeps. He just keeps taking trades. So, as I've told you before, I have a dedicated website for automated trading, and that is at prosperityrisingea.com, where you can find more information about robot trading. Okay, thanks again for being here, and I'll see you again in the next video.